Alright, so if you guys watched my video last week with the 6.5 PRC and the tuner brake, didn't have a good time with the 142 Match King and Mag Pro. So just to make sure everything's okay with the gun, we're going to load up a load we've loaded in the past. My Bergara has always shot the 140 grain Botel hollow point pretty well, and I shot it once before with Reloader 23 at a 2.90 cartridge overall length in this same brass at 52 grains. Now that load shot about 2907 feet per second with a 0.6 inch 3-shot group. So we're going to go ahead and load up 5 of those and we're going to give them a try today. Now I'm not necessarily expecting a 0.6 inch 5-shot group, but hopefully something around an inch, maybe a little bit better than that, will prove that there's nothing wrong with the gun. Now I was kind of thinking about, since we've started to have a little bit of accuracy issues with the Bergara, it kind of seems like it's been since we switched over to Nosler brass. So maybe if we continue to have some issues, we may have to pull out some new brass in the future. So let's get out on the range and let's see how they shoot. Alrighty, we are out here on the range. This is my Bergara B14 HMR chambered in 6.5 PRC. If you guys watched last week's video with the EC tuner brake, we shot some terrible groups. So I've loaded up 5 rounds with the 140 Botel hollow point and Reloader 23. That shot pretty good in the past, so we're going to go ahead and try to make sure there's nothing wrong with the gun. We're going to do a 5-shot group today, and we do have the lab radar here to check our velocity. The gun is cold, but it is not clean. It's like I said, it's dirty. It's still from the last time I shot it. Kilos 4 to 20 optic on it, the same optic, the exact same setup that we had when we did the tuner brake video. The tuner brake is still on the end too, and it is set to 0. And we're not going to mess with that today. Not going to be turning that or doing anything like that. So we'll go ahead and see if these will group. Expecting something about 0.7, 0.8 for 5 shots, hopefully. Alright, exactly where we expected with our velocity. 2901 for that first shot. And I expected our point of impact to be a little bit to the right too, because that's kind of where we ended up the last time we when we shot that tuner brake. Alright, so those first 2 grouped in together. See if we can hold a good 5-shot group. And last one here. Alright, so we did have that last round kind of mess up our group there. Felt like a good shot. But I think you guys can tell that it's not the gun, as in there's nothing wrong, the scope's not loose, nothing like that. The gun's really shooting pretty decent. And we just really didn't like that 142 Match King and Mag Pro. So let's get over there, we'll take a closer look at the target. And velocity looked pretty consistent after we had that very first round. We had that first round was a little low, but then things kind of evened out. All right, taking a closer look at our target here. A little bit disappointing overall. Things were looking good until we dropped that last shot low. We ended up with a 1.32 inch group for 5 shots. And if you look at our velocity there, I listed our velocity. That first shot was 2901, which really screwed up our SD, because then it looked like we were pretty consistent right around 2850, 2855. So as you can see there on the right. So I think this is still a decent load. Again, with just the 4 shots there, it was just about a 0.6 inch group. So 4-shot group of 0.6 and a 1.32 whenever we add in that last load. So what do we need to do next? I think the gun's still shooting all right. This is definitely better than what we saw in the tuner brake video, but again, this is a little disappointing. So we're gonna have to bring out some ADG brass. So let me go ahead and grab that there. All right, so a long time ago, maybe like a year ago, I picked up a box of 50 of this 80G brass. It's quite costly, but at the time, any 6.5 PRC brass we were happy with there. So this is new brass, never been fired, and we're going to start working up some loads with the 80G brass and see if that helps some of our accuracy. If that doesn't help, I think we're going to end up buying a chassis and taking the Bergara out of that factory stock and put it in a chassis, because that could be a little bit of our issues as well. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and stay tuned. We're going to try the 147 ELD match in the new 80G brass in the 6.5 PRC and see if we can get us a nice load. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.